Have you ever just stopped and wondered what really makes you, you? What are your hidden strengths, your natural talents? What's the path you're actually designed to walk down? Well, today we're going to dive into a fascinating system that promises to unlock those very answers. Seriously, just think about it for a second. What if you had a detailed blueprint for your life? I'm not talking about some rigid, unchangeable fortune telling. I mean a personal map. One that shows your innate potential, your natural gifts, and the unique landscape of your entire life's journey. And that right there is the whole idea behind Qimen destiny analysis. It's this ancient, really structured system that's designed to create that exact personal life map. It helps you get to the core of who you are and where you're probably headed. So how does it work? It all starts with your birth date and time. Using that specific information, the system plots out this fixed configuration, a snapshot of energies. But again, it's less about predicting the future and way more like getting an owner's manual for your own life, highlighting all the foundational parts of your personal journey right from the get-go. Okay, so how does this map actually, work? It's really built on three foundational pillars that kind of act like your own personal GPS. They all work together to give you the complete picture. First up, we have what's called your life stem. Think of this as your core character, your essential nature, your internal wiring. For example, somebody with a Gia wood stem, they're often a natural leader, really direct, a trailblazer. But then you have someone with a Ren water stem, and they're way more adaptable, influential, a sort of high-flow thinker. It's the absolute essence of who you are. Next is the destiny door. Now, if your life stem is who you are, the destiny door shows how your life is likely to unfold. It represents the terrain of your map, and it influences how opportunities find their way to you. A life door, for instance, might point you toward paths of growth and wealth, while an open door could suggest a journey of leadership and major breakthroughs. And the third piece of the puzzle is the palace. This is basically your starting location on the map. It represents the environment you were born into, your background, your family's influence, and all the inner resources you have at your disposal. This context is what shapes how your whole story plays out. So let's put it all together. You've got your character profile, which is your life stem. You've got the terrain you have to navigate, that's your destiny door. And you've got your starting location, which is the palace. When you combine these three, you get this incredibly detailed and multi-layered map of your life. It's pretty cool. So how does this all get turned into an actual reading? It's really important to get this. This isn't some random guesswork. It's a highly structured, logical process of interpretation. And believe me, the system goes deep. With 10 possible life stems and 8 different destiny doors, you end up with 80 primary combinations right off the bat. Each one of those tells a completely unique story about someone's personality, their career path, relationship dynamics, you name it. The whole method is super logical. First, the chart gets plotted using your birth info. Then, an analyst interprets that core combo, your life stem plus your destiny door. After that, they look at the palace to understand your environmental support system and its challenges. And finally, other layers like the deity and star are brought in to add even finer details about your higher purpose and your innate talents. And this brings us to the real power of Qimen. It's not about some psychic telling you your fate. Not at all. It's about gaining the self-awareness you need to take smart, strategic action in your own life. The system really gives you a clear advantage in 3 key ways. First, it reveals your talent blueprint, your natural strengths, but also your weaknesses and blind spots. Second, it can show you the overall flow of your life, like which decades might be particularly powerful for you. And maybe most important of all, it gives you actionable strategies, your personal leverage points for success. This is the absolute core of it. It's a total mindset shift. The information isn't a passive prediction you just have to accept. No way. It's active intelligence. It's about empowering you with the knowledge of where your greatest strengths are so you can put your energy there and get the biggest results. There's this great quote attributed to the ancient strategist Zhuge Liang, and it just illustrates this whole idea perfectly. Your Qimen chart reveals your personal wins, those natural forces in your life. Some of those wins are going to be at your back, pushing you forward, while others might create a bit of resistance. So knowing this gives you a choice. You can spend your life fighting the wind, struggling against your own nature, wasting all that precious energy. Or you can learn to ride the wind, to use your natural strengths, to align with your innate design, and to move through life with this amazing sense of flow and power.
So, the big question is, how can you actually apply this? For anyone whose curiosity is officially sparked, the source material lays out a really clear path for putting your personal map to good use.
The action plan is pretty straightforward. It starts with getting your chart plotted. From there, you identify those core components we talked about and then analyze the finer details. But the real goal is to translate all those insights into real-world strategies for your career, your relationships, your personal growth, so you can consciously use your strengths and strategically manage your weaknesses. So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. What if that thing you've always considered your greatest weakness is actually a powerful strength that you just haven't figured out how to use yet? What could you unlock if you finally knew how to ride your own wind?